guys. Good morning. Why is that blurry? It's just not wanting to be right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Good morning, good morning. Hope you're ready to get this day started. I know I am. It's gonna be a good day. Good day. So welcome to, let's do an introduction because as always, I want to talk about some things. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Good morning, good morning. Okay, can't do that. Let's do this. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget we have the podcast. And make sure you subscribe to the podcast as well as the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that. If you could do that, that would be fantabuloso. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. As well as, okay. Now, let's see. As well as the podcast, the books, the movies. If they don't do any of that, tell them I said good morning. Good morning, good morning. So I'm hoping I can see chats on both of them, but I'm not sure if I can. So there's that. So if somebody could say good morning, I greatly appreciate it to let me know that we are all here and accounted for. So on this great, most amazing day, it's going to be a good day. So this past, okay, let's see. All right, there we go. So last week we took a journey through talking about our thoughts of things, what that looks like, our mindset, and why that's important. Today I want to talk about protecting your peace, and if we're really doing that. This is something I learned. Someone shared with me earlier this last week, and I wanted to share with you, and then we will take the journey of what we're going to discuss for this week and what we're ready to, because I know we talked about maybe putting a marker, how we interrupt those negative thoughts, and if our thoughts become things, how we redirect that, how do we command that, how do we move around it, and we will pick that up on tomorrow. But today, and I think this is really important, I want to talk about protecting your peace. And if you're protecting your peace, if you're really protecting it or not. Okay. So good morning, everybody. If you say good morning, I don't know if I can. Oh, good morning, Cree. I can't see the comments. I was like, I don't know if I can see comments. I didn't see them last week. So I want to talk about protecting peace. So last week we had graphics, we had pictures and all the things, because we walked through affirmations, confirmations, equal realizations, and we walked through what our thought process looks like and how you develop those thoughts. So if you missed last week, I did pictures, and we had whole graphs up here, and we talked about the thought process journey and how new thoughts are introduced to you. Like, we went through the whole thing. I even did still pictures, so you can go back and look at those as well. So today, somebody shared this with me, and I want to share it with you. And it's talking about protecting your peace. And yes, I'm sitting down this week. It's the last week we stood up and had graphs. This week, we'll be standing up tomorrow, but today we're going to do it this way. Good morning, Tammy. So I want to talk about protecting your peace. So, and I need y'all to follow along with me. Is this blurry? Like, I feel like I'm really blurry for some reason. It's not working out for me. So I want to talk about protecting your peace. And I need you to be open-minded to what I'm about to say, okay? It ain't nothing crazy, but I just need you to hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I believe in peace, peaceful period, right? Y'all know that about me. When this lady shared this with me, it was eye-opening and something I knew that I had to apply in other places of my life. So, when we say, I want to be peaceful, period, or I'm just protecting my peace, or I don't want to hang out with them because I got to protect my peace, girl, because, peace of mind. And so what happens, and this is how she explains it, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it, is that when you are saying, I'm protecting my peace, we're going to use JoJo, okay? You are living your life. And somewhere along the way, you decide that you want another journey. You want a different way of living. You want to understand life differently. You want to see it differently, right? So you then set out to change that part of you. Whether it's your mindset, whatever it is, you set out to change that part of you, right? Why can't, okay. You set out to change that part of you, okay? And in that changing that part of you, let's say you want a different mindset, you want to do something different. So you go over here and you meet Cree and you meet Tammy, and you become the version of yourself that you said you wanted to be. You become that version of yourself, right? And as you become that version of yourself that you enjoy and that you like over there with Cree and Tammy, that person is flourishing. She's doing amazing. She's doing great things. That's who you are becoming, right? But then when you have to leave Tammy and Cree, right? And you have to go home, and you go home or you go back to an environment that doesn't look like what you just left. Meaning they don't talk the same language that Tammy and Cree was talking. Your family doesn't do what they do. They do opposite, and it's just two totally different worlds. So when JoJo comes back to this world where there's chaos and crazy, girl, you feel like you have got to protect your peace. When you go back here, because there's so much chaos and there's peace over here, you feel like you got to protect your peace. So when you go over here, you be like, you don't like your family. Now, this is something I've grown through, okay? I done been through this part, but she articulates it so much better than I do. So when you go back to your friends and family, you don't like them. They get on your nerves. They aggravate you because you have grown and they have not. You have changed. You're living this version of you over there with Tammy and Cree that they can't see, can't understand over here, but you still have to interact and deal with them. And so you get mad when they do things, and you be like, girl, I'm just protecting my peace. I can't deal with that. And what we're really protecting is this version of ourselves that we have created, right? That gives us peace. We're protecting that. And we put it in a bubble because that's our special place. Oh, I can't wait to go hang out with them because I'm going to be a different JoJo when I get over there. I'm going to be Louise when I get over there. I'm going to be Yanmitra when I get over there. I'm going to be Mrs. Waddell. I'm going to be Dr. Waddell when I get over there. And you feel like you have to protect that because on this healing and growing journey, you have a version. We will all say, think of how you want to see yourself. Now go create that version of yourself in your mind. Now go see that out in reality. And you go out and you experience it. We talked about this on all last week and on Friday, especially Friday. So go watch last week's shows because we got graphs and everything. And so what I've created over here, Live Past Crazy, I'm protecting that. Y'all with me so far? Over here, my family's on my nerves because I've grown and I'm envisioning JoJo as different. And when I envision her as different, I begin to experience her as being different over here. And I got Tammy and Cree over here, honey. We are Team Abundance and we are having different languages. We're talking differently. We move. We're doing all things Team Abundance over here. And I've got to protect that. And so when I come back over here to friends and family, relationships, careerships, whatever, that do not match what JoJo is over here, I feel like I've got to protect this from them. So then I'll say, I'm protecting my peace. Girl, I'm just over here protecting my peace from these crazy people. So this is what has to happen. Now that's her explanation. So now we're going to get into JoJo's thoughts. Y'all know I got peaceful period. Good morning, Joshua. Right? This is what has to happen. At some point on your journey, the peace that's here has to meet the peace that's here so that you can be peaceful, period. So that there's no need to protect anything from anybody. I'm not just peaceful when I'm with Cree and Tammy. I am peace, period. I am peace whether I'm with Tammy and Cree. I am peace whether I'm with mama, sister, brother, daddy, cousin, co-worker. I am peaceful, period. So I don't have to protect it from anything because I am it. I am that which I say I am. So if I am the only Live Past Crazy specialist, it doesn't just apply when I'm with a certain group of people. It applies across the board. So if I'm peaceful, period, I'm peaceful whether I'm with Cree, Tammy, my mama, whomever I'm with, I am peaceful, period, because I be it. I be it. Y'all with me? Right, Joshua. And I listen, and so she articulated way better than I did. So not only am I peaceful, period, with this group, I may not be peaceful, period, with this group. At some point, I've got to be peaceful, period, inside of me. All of this has got to be peace. There's got to be peace with what I say, what I do, how I act. Now listen, there will come a time, friend, when you'll have to draw the line in the sand with people. And y'all know from this point that you cannot go and I cannot come. There will come a time when someone that you desperately love will disrupt your peace. And you'll have to decide whether their disruption of your peace is important enough for you to let that disruption occur. You'll have to decide that. Can't nobody make that decision for you. Okay? But if we're going to be peaceful, period, there's nothing for us to protect our peace from if we are that thing. So, an ex-husband can't come and destroy my peace because I am peace. A friend can't come and do anything to upset my peace because I am that. Now, I ain't saying they won't come and maybe hit the outskirts and get you flustered. But peace brings you back to equal, right? Yes, we have to teach people that. So even if your feathers are ruffled, even if something may get you upset, and sometimes we can get downright mad, but I'm never in the point of protecting my peace because I am peace. And nothing is going to disrupt this balance. It may come and we may adjust, right? Remember we talked about the mustard tree? This is where mustard tree comes in, okay? Because the mustard tree is going to move with the storm, but it's not breaking. It's not. The peace is here because we're going to be peaceful, period. So when we're talking about I've got to protect my peace, what are we protecting it from? And why can't we be peaceful, period, across the board? And so as we're thinking about this, and and it was Alison Bird that described how we talk about protecting our peace, right? And if that's the case, that we're going to have to protect it, then there's two JoJos. Which one is the dominant one? Positive, negative, whichever one is dominant is going to win. They both can't survive. Somebody's got to lose. If you're fighting, the goal is to win. Have y'all ever thought about that? Have y'all ever thought about that? Listen, have you ever thought about that? When Christians say, oh, I'm on the battlefield for the Lord, but don't want to fight. I'm on the battlefield for the Lord, but don't want to win a battle. Number one, we don't have to fight. The battle ain't yours. He didn't ask you to suit up. He didn't ask us for any of that. He didn't ask us for any help. Now that might have been good Old Testament. In the New, you don't have to do that. So if you're on the battlefield, if you're going to sing that song, and if you're going to sing the other song right behind it, the battle's not yours, it's the Lord's. What you're fighting for, and if you decide to fight, or you deciding to win, or you just windmilling it. Are you windmilling it? You don't know what the hell you hitting. You just out here throwing hands. You don't know what you're fighting for. You don't know if you're supposed to win or lose. You don't even know the tools you have in your hand, which is your mouth, which are the words that come out of your mouth. So you protecting something, honey, then you may be protecting your crazy and not your peace. Have a good day, Joshua. So on this great, most amazing day, it's going to be an absolutely good day. But I want you to think about what you're protecting. Y'all with me? Is this making sense? So what am I protecting? And why can't I be that peace all across the board? So what I've learned, and listen, this is corporate JoJo talking. I learned that Louise that shows up at work cannot silence JoJo. She can't do it. I have vowed that when I start a new job, a new career, oh, they're not going to know JoJo. They're going to know Louise. They're going to know professional young Mitra. I can't hold back who I am because it's who I am. I got you for a good month. eventually JoJo is going to bubble out and you're not going to know who the hell Louise nor Yamitra is. Now, I'm still going to be professional, but who I am at my core is going to come out. Because if I'm peaceful, period, I don't have to be a certain way as Louise and a certain way as Yamitra. I just am. I is who I is. I be who I be's. It's going to come bubbling out. And if you know me, you know this to be true. I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to talk. I'm going to try my best to help you in any way that I can. It is who I am. And the more I understand that and the more I come to terms with understanding that, the easier it gets for me. The allowing of me gets easier, meaning the understanding of JoJo gets a lot easier when I understand that part. So if I'm peaceful, period, I'm peaceful whether I'm Yamitra, I'm peaceful whether I'm Louise, I'm peaceful whether I'm JoJo. And here lately, people have been asking me, what do you want me to call you? It has been a troubling thought for me. And I don't know why. Like, you can just call me JoJo. Well, that's not professional. Oh, it's not. But JoJo's going to show up regardless. She's going to show up. You can call me Yamitra. I appreciate that. You can call me Dr. Waddell. I appreciate that too. You can call me whatever you want. But who I am is going to show up regardless, because I'm peaceful with all the names. I'm peaceful with all the things. So if we're protecting our peace today, and there's a difference between protecting your peace and you being mindful of your energy and who takes it, and I want us to know that there's a difference of that. I'm talking about the equilibrium inside of you. You being peaceful as a person. Not outside energies trying to, well, they're trying to suck it, but you understand your peace. So there's nothing for me to protect. Now, I may be mindful of the energy buckets that I'm spending. If you cost me energy, right? How much do you cost me? Do I have money to spend? But if I'm peaceful, period, what am I protecting? What am I hiding? What am I saying that I can't have you interact with this? And listen, when I became peaceful, period, it was a process. I stopped being aggravated with my family. Not as much. How about that? They can still aggravate the piss out of you, but not as much. I don't hold them to a standard that they knew nothing about. I don't expect them to change because I change. I don't expect them to want what I want. I don't expect them to need what I need, talk like I talk, be around people who I be around, watch, read what I don't expect that. And in the beginning, I absolutely expected that. And it's simply because you want what you learn, and the freeing of what you learn, you want them to learn and know too. And sometimes it just can't be that way. It can't. So on this great, most amazing day, as you're thinking about being peaceful, period, as you're thinking about what are you protecting, what is that thing that you are protecting, okay? Whatever it is. If you're living past chaos, crazy, honey, however you see fit to call it, think about that. And I promise what will ease up is the aggravation and frustration with your family. I adore my family. There was a time when they aggravated the piss out of me. Absolutely. Because I wanted for them that thing that I wanted for myself and that I was learning for me. And it wasn't necessarily for them. And that's okay. That's okay. I have to be peaceful, period. Whatever state I'm in. So when I become peace, I don't have to protect it. Because it is what I am. And I am what it is. So if I am peace, I am presenting that. If I'm chaos, I'm presenting that. I met people, honey, that have enjoyed crazy very well. I've met people that enjoy struggle very well. I've met people that enjoy hardness very well. I don't want to be hard. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to strive. I want to be peaceful, period. I want to be in the receiving mode. If you read the Bible, not only says take dominion, it says if the birds and the fowls of the air are taken care of, how much more pleasure does it give the Creator to take care of me? And if we are King's kid, living in the kingdom as it is now, there's certain things JoJo doesn't have to worry about, right? That do not concern me. So if you want to be on that battlefield for the Lord, eventually, if you insist on fighting, you're going to have to fight. Eventually, you're going to have to decide who's fixing to win, if that's what you choose to do. Or you could be in the other song that says, this battle ain't yours. Isn't sometimes Christianity confusing? They tell you to fight, then they tell you it ain't yours. They tell you, but you've got to know it for yourself. You got to know and understand and have that relationship for yourself. It's not a relationship for you to go and find. You are already the relationship with the Creator. So if you're already it, you simply need to acknowledge that. Okay. So in this great morning, I want you to understand that you don't have to go protect your peace. You don't have to go protect your peace from anybody or anything. When JoJo was growing and changing, honey, I felt like I had to protect my peace because over here, I have different conversations. If you know me, you know my conversations are different. I don't put the Creator in a box. God is not a religion to me. There is no definition of the word of putting God in a box. I have different conversations about life, living, being free, honey, being peaceful. And I no longer have to protect that JoJo from this over here, from people who don't understand. Because if I'm peace, I am peace, period. I am embodying that. Meaning I am peaceful. So regardless if you call me Dr. Waddell, regardless you call me JoJo, Louise, whether you know I worked at McDonald's my whole life. From 14 to 22. It seemed like a whole life, don't it? It doesn't matter. Peace lives here. So when I interact with family and your family may aggravate you, because they don't desire the things that you desire. And that was a transition for me. They don't have to desire and want what I want. My goal, my role is that to live it and go be it and be peaceful, period. Because that's what my arm says, be peaceful, period. So that when my family comes and says, JoJo, now tell me again, I can answer without ego. I can answer without I told you so. I can answer and give from a space of peace. Oh, Mom, let me tell you about this. Oh, sister, brother, let me show you and let me introduce. And y'all know we went through the graph of introducing thoughts. You got to become aware of it. Then you're introduced to it. Then you got to do your own research. Then you implement what you research. Then you go through that trial phase of is this going to work? And then eventually it becomes your belief system. Well, my belief system is peace. But I had to become aware, be introduced, research, trial phase, implementation, and then it became my belief system. And your belief system is simply a series of thoughts that you have over and over and over and over again. So I ain't got to protect my peace because I am peace. The JoJo that's over here with Cree and Perry, good morning, Miss Long, and Tammy, that peaceful JoJo is the same peaceful that's over here with my family. Because I am it. It is me. There is no separation. There's no separation between you and the Creator. I think that trips most Christians up. But there is no separation, friend. There's no separation between you and the Creator. Good morning, Miss Candy. There's no separation. And the sooner we can grasp that, the easier the allowing of you becomes, okay? And the allowing of you is you in that state of understanding, right? That life is just a little bit easier. And y'all, if you missed the show last week, go back and watch all the graphs. We talked about how a thought comes to be. And for those who understand Christianity, I put it in terms that you can understand it. That in the beginning, the world was without form, but then the word came, because in the beginning was the word. So you have an urge and a desire, then you speak that thing. And because you spoke it, friend, because the word came out of your mouth, and y'all know we put our fingers here. When you say something, you feel the words coming to life. They are bubbling out. This is life bubbling out of your mouth. So when you say the word, whatever it is finished. It is complete. I am healed. Complete. It's already done. The Creator comes only to create and never to destroy. You feel the void. You feel that mold of what you just said. So when you say, I am healed, you feel that mold of the words that you just said. When you say, I am broke, it is complete. It is finished. You feel that mold. So the Creator didn't come to destroy you and make you broke. You feel you completed that thing which you said you were. Whatever comes after I am, it's done. It's complete. It's finished. If I am healed, there's nothing else for me to do. Then I operate from the end result. Okay, so that's how prayer works. Prayer is simply your realization of that which God has been trying to tell you all along. If you're praying, Lord, let me be free. Lord, let me be peaceful. That was the thing that's been trying to get your attention all along. You are just now remembering that. So now your only job is to receive it in the fullness thereof. But the confusion comes in. Y'all gonna make me get out my thing. I just want this to be a full. Y'all with me for 2 seconds. I just want this to be a full thing. Okay? Let me get it all the way out. So before it becomes a full thing, Lord, help me to be healed. You got to affirm it. You got to confirm it before you have the realization, meaning you said it. But before you can see it, you got to confirm it. So if you say, I am healed, but you don't see the healing yet. Remember, you say you're going to see what you say. So before you can see it, you got to confirm it. That means if JoJo is healed, or if you're whole, if you're abundance, if you're whatever your I am statement is, the confirmation of it is you seeking that thing every day. So if JoJo is healed, how does a healed JoJo operate? Well, I don't eat French fries. Oh, because why? Because it hurts my stomach. So if I'm operating from a healed state, these are things I already know that I don't have to justify. I just operate from that state. If I'm a multimillionaire and I can't see it, but I need to confirm it, then I operate my confirmation. You need to see that confirmation every day. So if I'm a multimillionaire, the confirmation every day is, what would someone who has that kind of money do? Oh, well, I'm seeing where my money goes. Am I telling my money where to go? Because every day you need to give your words and your breath direction. If you don't give them direction, they ain't got nowhere to go. If they ain't got nowhere to go, honey, you are bound to listen. 75% of our thought in our day is what we thought yesterday. We're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And when you want something different, you got to do something different. So when you say it and you don't see it, you need to confirm it. Now, this is where your religion can get you in trouble and send you, if you believe in heaven or hell, it can send you to hell, it can send you to heaven. You said it, but you don't see it, so you can't believe it. So you keep asking for the same thing, But from saying it and the realization, you don't know is the confirmation, is you repeating the same thing, the same thought over and over. And so what you see is not what you said. Because when you said it, you didn't believe it. If you don't believe what you said, if you don't believe the prayer that you prayed, you will never see the answer that you desperately want. So if you say, I am healed, but you don't believe it, healing will never come. It just won't. And you can desperately want it. Like, oh, Lord Jesus, I want healing. And we can pray for you. And we can cover you in the blood of Jesus. We can do all the things. We can say all the words. Honey, you can have the brass cymbals. And that thing which you seek will never come. Because you don't believe that thing. So, here's your belief system. Go back and watch all last week because we went into details. And then there's also screenshots of this. So, in the beginning, there's no thought. This is how your thoughts become things. This is your urge or your desire, right? That's the beginning. Then you give that urge or that desire words. It becomes life. Then you feel it. Then you begin to feel your words. I am healed. But what does a healed person feel like? Because listen, you already know what a broke person feel like. Because you feel that every day. Lord, I'm broke after I pay these bills. And then you start to feel sick. Y'all know that feeling? Lord, after I pay these bills, I ain't going to have no money. How I'm feed these kids. And then you get that. You ever get that churning in your stomach? Especially you throwing some kids and a man and a job you hate and one you ain't making no money. Good Lord Almighty. Y'all know that feeling in your stomach? Oh, gee. That makes you anxious and you can't even think straight. So all you can do is work and you really on autopilot at work because your subconscious mind is trying to solve a problem. Been there, friend. So you feeling everything that you just said and the actions that you're taking are confirming your feelings and your words. And those are the results that you get. So when you say I am broke, and you said it and you feel it, you take broke actions and you keep being rewarded brokenly. Ain't no good man. Okay. That won't be. In case you need another visual, this is your body here. Right? You have that thought. Choices you made, you either accept it or reject it. We control our thoughts. Our thoughts can be used to change our habits. When you stay here, when you keep saying I'm broke, I ain't God, ain't no good man. You keep saying this. The more you say it every single day, the more you see this. Remember, your belief system is simply what you think every day. So if you think you broke every day, what does that become? What does it become for your children? What does it become for your great-grandchildren? It becomes this. Because you think it every day. Now listen, there's levels of thinking, right? And I just mentioned it. Here's the graph. You get a new idea. And this is JoJo. Listen, this is my levels of thinking. Go with me. You get a new idea. You're going to start here. Okay? Somebody's going to introduce something new to you. You got to become aware of it. And then as you become aware, you get introduced to it. Things start to move up and change. Then you start doing your research. You can call me crazy all you want because I'm the only live past crazy specialist. Do your own research. And as you start to research this thing, you be like, let me just try it out for a minute. And you go through a trial phase, just like a drug. Listen, I worked in pharmaceuticals for years. This is a drug study. This is all a drug study is. They research it. They got an idea. Honey, they start researching it and they go through a trial phase. You trying it out. You like it for 20, 30 days. And then you say, you know what? I like it for those 20, 30 days. Let me implement this into my everyday life. Then you start to see the result. And then because you see the result, you repeat 1 through 5 over and over and over again. And you eventually develop your new belief system. Y'all with me? Affirmations. So you saying a thing But not believing it is going to keep you in the same place. So when you say it and you can't see it, you got to confirm it. So I want you to work from the end forward. If I am healed, and I use sickness and weight loss and money because that's easy. So if I am healed, what does a healed person do? If I say I'm a six-pack, I have a six-pack, then that's it. I operate from, hey, yeah, Candy, if you go on my page, I have pictures of all of them. That's why I started doing this, because some people are visual learners. Yes, honey. It's listen, affirmations don't always work. They will not. And you can't stay with them forever. Eventually, you're going to have to put some action. Because I'm affirmation queen. You can see them everywhere. They're all over my house. Eventually, I got to believe it. So when I say it, I've got to believe it before I can see it. I got to confirm it. Every day, I should be looking for 3 things to confirm what I said. So when I understand I am, whatever it is, it's complete. It's done. It's finished. I am hungry. That's finished. I go find food. I confirmed what I said. I went and found it. So if I say I'm healed, a confirmation I can do, 3 things I can do every day, and I need to look at the end of the day. Did I confirm what I said that I am? Am I peaceful, period? Am I healed? Well, what things did I do today as a healed person? Because I ain't getting ready to be healed. I ain't getting ready to be abundant. I ain't getting ready to be nothing. I am that already. Read the first words of the Bible. Listen, this is the first words of the Bible right here. Thought and word. Where's the other picture? It was without form. Then they spoke a word. The word made it so. It was completed. And then once it was created, right? Once the world was created, God rested in the understanding that it was already done. It was complete. It was finished. It was without thought, without form. It became an urge and a desire. Spoke the word. It became so. Once it was created, so all they had to do was speak, and it was created. It was done. Then there was rest in it, meaning you are in the receiving mode. Your level of understanding, your abundance is going to meet you at your level of understanding. If you understand here, this is where your abundance is going. If you understand broke, I'm always going to be broke. I can't find a better job. Then this is where your abundance will meet you. Okay? The more you change your level of understanding, the greater your abundance will come. This is where some of us, if you're going to call yourself a Christian, I don't subscribe to that title anymore. I am definitely a lover of God. But I don't need that title to describe what and who I am in that relationship. When I understand this, here's where religion can keep you confined to brokenness. Because what will happen is your level of understanding grows, your abundance will grow. They go hand in hand. Your religion will have you believe that if you grow in abundance, you are evil, you're bad, because people with money do bad things. So you will assume that you will always have to stay in lack, and that you will always have to struggle, and that you will always have to be on the battlefield for the Lord. You will always assume the negative because that's what your religion focuses on. It never focuses on wherever you place your foot is yours. It will never focus on if you take the sides off your tent, this is what can be. It doesn't focus on your foundations are made of rubies. It doesn't focus on that. It focuses on you understanding your lack and being humble and living in that. And eventually, my friends, that's where you will stay. And that's okay if that's the life you so choose to live. I'm just introducing perhaps a new frame of thought. And listen, you don't have to believe me. That's okay. I just want to give you something that makes you go, make you think differently just for a minute. So if my thought is attached to my level of abundance, and oh shit, Jojo, I'm about to think new thoughts all day. But here's the thing. You've been thinking negative for so long. Like, I can't make no more than $12.26 an hour. Jojo, I'm from Forest City. You don't understand. I'm from North Carolina. You don't understand. Like, that's all I've done my whole life, honey. I done, whatever word you fix to say, I done said it. I'm a single mother of 2 kids. You don't understand, honey. My husband beat me, and I didn't eat but once a day. My husband kept me locked up in a room for 8 hours a day. I lived in the shelter. I lived in the shelter with kids. I picked up pennies off the street so I could feed my children. I took gas out my lawnmower so I could get to work. Okay? I wouldn't eat so my children could eat. I learned how to do my hair very well because I could not afford to even buy a perm. Sometimes there was times I didn't even have money to buy sanitary napkins and use paper towels. I have whatever journey you fixing to tell me, friend, I guarantee you I've been there. Except for drugs. I ain't never drank and never did alcohol. And I will tell you that once you begin to understand your I am, and that your thought process is equal to your level of abundance, it's going to be hard as hell coming out of that thought process. It is easier to come off a drug than it is to give up a negative thought. Meaning that negative thought and that negative way of living is so attached to you. You have a better chance of coming off drugs than thinking a different thought. So when you are introduced a new thought, a new idea, a new belief system as you embark on that journey, you can't listen. And if I don't, I just want y'all to hear this very clearly. I don't want you to be motivated. I don't want you to be excited. I don't want you to have somebody sing you till you feel better, or pray or preach until you feel better. I need you to be committed. So when none of the singing and the preaching and the hand clapping, and when it's none of that's there, you're still committed. Regardless. When it's not there, you're still committed. Because you're confirming that thing. This is Sunday morning. This is the music that you play. This is this. But what happens when you need to get to this phase? So that you can get to this phase. Because whatever you say, you're going to see. It's evident. You can apply this right now. When you woke up this morning, you said, I want a cup of coffee. You said it. You went and you saw it. You confirmed it by doing it. If you said, I am overweight, you said it, and then you confirmed it by looking in the mirror. Or you confirmed it by eating more stuff you said you didn't want. Because before I released that 50 pounds, honey, we were sitting on that 199 real heavy. So as you're changing your belief system, okay? As you're changing, as you're understanding it. If the people around you are not speaking your language, that's okay. You find people who do. And here's the thing. JoJo, I don't have people around me who think like that. Ooh, friend, let me tell you something. Been there and done that too. If you don't have people who think and who are thinking like you want to think, here's what you have to do. You simply have to say, I desire for people who are thinking differently to come into my space. You have to let people know. It's easy to stand in a crowd. It's hard to stand up and stick your hand up and say, hey, I want to be different. However, those of us who are different, we can't see you if you're in the crowd. I don't know that you want to think a different thought. If you don't, hey, excuse me, I want to think a different thought. I want to change my level of abundance. I want to change my mindset. Nobody knows that you're ready for that. So you can't say nobody's there. They're there, but they're not going to interrupt you in your belief cycle because they assume you don't want a new one. So on this great day, I want you to be peaceful, period. And that's what we started out talking about. Being peaceful, period. And the reason why we say, and I'm going to close, please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. Don't forget, Sister Rise One Day Intensive is going to be in Charlotte, August the 13th. Okay? If you're coming, I need you to go ahead and get your ticket. It's $2.99. I think VIP is $4.99. We'll have a private dinner. We can hang out. You can ask me all the questions. Okay? $2.99 is general admission. And or if you want a more intimate setting, then we're going to be, in October, we'll be together for 3 nights and 4 days. That's $3,500. There are payment plans available. But I need you to come with an open mind. If you ain't ready, don't come to the 1 day intensive. Don't come to the weekend, okay? Thank you, Candy. So when we were talking about, how we started out was protecting our peace. When you say, I got to protect my peace from these people, that means you are your truest version somewhere else. And you've got to protect that. And when you go back to your original environment, because it's so different from what you're trying to create and what you see, you feel like you have to protect that. But I need you to embody all of it. If I am peaceful, period, I am peaceful whether I'm over here with Cree and Tammy, and I'm peaceful whether I'm over here with my mama, because I am that. I am peace. So I ain't got to protect it from anybody. I ain't got to protect this version of JoJo from this version. Dr. Waddell over here is Dr. Waddell over, whichever word you want to call me. You want to call me doctor? Thank you, honey. We worked hard for them credentials. If you want to call me JoJo, girl, I'm still the girl that worked at McDonald's. I can still flip a mean burger and serve you some fries. Doesn't matter if you call me Louise. I'm peaceful, period. I am it. It is me. We are one. So I hope this was for somebody this morning. And if it was, please let me know. And if it wasn't, leave it for somebody else. I promise somebody may need it today, okay? I think on this page over here, you have the option for stars. So stars is a new thing that Facebook has. If you enjoy what you heard, you can purchase stars. I think they're 50 cents a piece. We greatly appreciate that. Y'all know I'm a nerd, so I use the stars to buy more books. Listen, if you need to catch up on the Fearless Morning Show, go to YouTube channel. You can binge watch. We've been doing this for 5 years. You can binge watch all the Fearless Morning Shows over there. You can go to the podcast. You can tell Alexa to play the Fearless Morning Show. You can go to Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora. You can Google JoJo Live Past Crazy Show. Every podcast I've ever been on, we've done over almost 300 podcast interviews. Honey, we've done TV. We got a whole movie. You can catch any of those. If you don't want to do that, we have 8 books. You can read one, okay? Because you got to get your foundation. Because you've been the mustard seed too long, it's time to be the mustard tree. You've done seed things, it's time to do tree shit now. I think I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Like, I think I'm really going to put that on a t-shirt. We doing tree shit. That's what we doing over here. We've done seed things, okay? We're growing, honey. We are growing and we're doing tree things. So, I hope you have the most amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period. That's why it's so important that period is sitting right there on my arm. We're going to be peaceful, period, because there's nothing after that. So have a good day. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.